is D Brown, the Begotten Son, and today we're going to dive within the sound wave of Pit Stop.
I've been running through the scene, spaces on my mind, flagging all the evidence, figuring out why. What's the motive for this attacker? Motive for this crime? Mapping out the routine, coming at all times.
Right off the top of the song, I'm painting a picture of going through the maps of my mind, looking at a scene of that looks like a crime scene, where you're just trying to figure out who is this person who is the attacker, who is the person that came in and did all this damage when it comes to this crime scene, and how bad everything is looking, and in this case seeing it is in mind how bad you're feeling with this. So that's why I start off everything with that, to just bring that theme into focus when it comes to this, and try to set up a nice structure for this song.
Find out my enemy is everything in me, takes everything in me to not let it in me.
So then I move on to the next bars, that's when I actually say I find out, after I've been doing all my research and after I've been trying to map everything down also, where it's like, when do this attack happen? When do these crimes happen? When I'm trying to look into the scene in my mind, when does it happen? And I find out that it's not at any appointed time, it just happens randomly or at different times that don't seem like it connects. So then I move on from that, and I move over to these next bars where I say I find out that my enemy is everything that's in me, and then it's like sometimes it takes everything in you to actually try to stop yourself from self-destruction, try to stop yourself from burrowing down into depression or just totally not believing in yourself type thing. So that's why I'm just bringing that in, where it's like, okay, the person that created this crime scene in my mind is actually me, and sometimes it takes a lot to try to get over yourself, try to block out yourself, try to stop that destructive side from hindering your progress.
That's true for some days, the others is all me. I'm way more furious, and I go fast like Vin Diesel.
Moving that on with that, it's like I said, when that happens and you're just down, it's true, as I say, for me, that's true for some days. The negative side of it, the just looking everything in such a pessimistic way, sometimes prevail for that day or whatever, and you're actually fighting to push against that. It's not like it's a breeze, but then other days, I'm way more furious and I go fast like Vin Diesel, or basically Fast and Furious Vin Diesel, where it's like other days everything just clicks, everything just is right in line. It's kind of like a roller coaster. You have the good days and you have the bad days. The good days, everything clicking and you moving. The bad days, you feel the sluggishness and you actually gotta fight through it. You actually gotta push through that, and you feel like you're running through mud type thing, trying to get your mind right.
Don't care to shoot the breeze, and I do not care to regress. Don't care about any memes if it's not about the progress.
So continuing on those good days, that's when I'm like, I don't care to really just sit back and shoot the breeze and then regress about, and when I say regress, I'm talking about, always talking about all the golden days, talking about, remember when we used to do this and do that, because it's kind of like when you're steadily, if that's like a habit of you, where you're just focusing on all what things used to be like and all that, and how fun it used to be and how good everything was and how everything was clicking back then, you're actually feeling like you're in the mode of feeling like, things are bad today, or I'm just not like who I used to be and all that, and you're kind of dwelling, like, yes, it may be like some happy memories, but you're dwelling on the happy memories, feeling like there's not a happy future on the way. You can only look back because those was the best days and you don't have any good days in front of you type thing. So with that, it's like, I don't care to shoot the breeze, don't care to regress, and I don't care about the inner memes, as in the meme. A meme is basically a story that you tell yourself, or a belief or whatever that you have that comes from from what people just pass down. It's not really based on any facts or anything. It's just based on a certain belief that was passed down and passed down. And in this case, I'm talking about, I don't care about the inner memes if it's not about the progress, because I don't want to take an inner meme and then now I'm believing that I can't. I'm believing that it's not for me or anything like that. You know, I'm believing that I'm not strong enough to get a goal or something like that. So that's what I'm saying. If none of that is about the progress, then I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, because spending a lot of time on it once again takes you back to dwelling, and I don't want to dwell, and I don't want to believe in something bad or have that attacker, that assailant that we started off this verse with, to come back in and actually create another crime scene, as we could say, in my own mind.
Do not entertain a fiend that will be held to reap yet. Instead, get the scene clean. I had to go and hit the reset.
Don't entertain a fiend, because that will be hell. When you entertain a fiend, it's like they're going to keep on coming back easily and easily. That's why when bringing everything together with this crime scene, that's why I finish it off by saying, had to get this scene clean, had to go and hit the reset. You know, so it's like, okay, let's clean up the scene, let's clean up the spaces of my mind, let's get focused, hit a reset, and now we're back in line with what I want to do.
Ain't no way to bargain with time. See the world as it's all mine. I ain't waiting for a cosign.
A lot of it's straightforward, but you know, it's just like seeing the world as it's all mine, and not waiting for a cosign. Basically, it's like if you're going to attack something, if you're going after something, you might as well see it as yours already. If you want to take over the world, as they say, like the world is yours with Nas and all that, it's like, see that the world is yours already, you know. And when you do that, when you see that it's yours, go out and go conquer your world. Go out and conquer your world like you want it to be. Have it as you want it to be. And when you're in this process of building it to actually be what you want it to be, don't wait for a cosign. Don't wait for somebody else to say, yeah, you are great. You know, that's what this basically saying. It's like, if you feel like you're great, be great. And then as you continue to show those actions, everyone else is going to see and going to start to believe in what you believe. But if you wait and look for a cosign, you may be slowing yourself down, because a lot of people don't see, one, they don't see your vision, and two, they probably don't see the greatness in you yet. And you just got to build your way there. But if you just stay in seeing that the world is already yours, then you're going to easily be able to get past the pit stops, get past the setbacks and all that, and move towards your greatness. And then everybody else will get on board.
Yeah, keep my drive through a red light. I keep my drive through a pit stop.
So with this whole hook, where it's just repeating these lines right here, it's really from the pit stops and red lights. It's basically, once, like I was just saying, it's basically the setbacks and roadblocks that happen in life, and the setbacks and roadblocks that happen towards your goals. You know, you have red lights, something that try to stop you, something that just try to keep you in one place. And then you have pit stops where you can easily veer off the road that you're on, and then to take a break in, or you know, just get lost in that little place of having a pit stop and taking too much rest and all that. So it's basically like, if anything that's trying to stop you from being on your path, keep your drive, that energy, that go-getterness, that willing to win, that willing to stay in the fight. Keep that drive through the pit stops and through the stop signs, through the stop lights and all that, so you can keep on staying on your path. That's what basically this hook is all about right there. Keep your drive, stay on the path, get to your destination that you want to get to.
You don't want it with the mastermind. I mastered all the minds in here. Like a puppet master, all your moves I'm guiding here. Hard to catch my mind, you won't evoke a rise in here. We don't speak on family business like some mimes in here.
So basically with this, it's more like understanding the psychology of the people that's around you. Understanding psychology, period. Become a mastermind in that, and then you can know how how people work. You know how people act and how they respond to certain situations. So with that, it's like you can master the moves of certain people when you are in that mindset of knowing how somebody works. And now, instead of just being a reactor to what they're doing, you're actually, as I say, like the puppet master. Like, you know what buttons to press, you know how to approach a situation, how to bring about certain information to have somebody do certain things. You know, so that's where that comes in at. And then with my mind, you won't evoke a rise in here, because it's like when you become a mastermind at this, or you master, as I would say, master your own mind, now it's going to be hard for somebody else to get a rise out of you, because you're more aware of your own internal dialogue, your own internal feelings that's going on in any moment, and you can actually override what's going on, or actually break it down and see, like, should I really respond to this, or should I make sure I stop any reactions? Because you don't want to just coldly react out of just pure emotion. You want to make sure you're doing the right things and not let the negative emotions overtake you, because you don't want somebody to be able to push your buttons, basically. And then move on to that with the last lines. It's like, we don't speak on family business like some mimes in here, of course, with the white faces and all that, where they just mime everything out. They don't ever speak when they perform, you know. But with this, it's like with family business. When I had this line, when I came up with this line, I was thinking about like Godfather and all that, and when he was basically running his family's business and all that, and his wife asked him what's going on, and you know that scene where he said, "Don't ever ask me about my business," and he closed the door, you know. So even though that's his wife and all that, he was running his father's family business. So it's just to really show a thing of really being quiet about your business. It's not really just about wife, but that's just like an extreme example of keep it right there. Keep your mouth closed. Don't be telling everybody about your business type thing.
Hannibal, silence of the lamb. I'm chopping up fire today. Eating my prey while they alive. You keep the fries in shape. Riding too close to the sun, I leave you fried and baked. I keep a lot on my plate. What do we have here today?
And then quickly moving on from that, seeing that I had the whole thought of being quiet about your business, staying silent, that takes me to just some nice lines of Hannibal, silence of the lamb. You know, he eats people's flesh. You keep the fries in shape type thing, like eating my competition, riding too close to the sun, or the sun, S-U-N, begotten son, leave you fried and baked, stuff like that. I got a lot on my plate. All this, once again, a nice tie from line to line. It started from being silent to who's the person that's silent. What's a great thing to take from the silence from? Silence of the Lamb, who is Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter eats his competition, his foe, whatever, and then you leave the fries and shake, fried and baked, once again dealing with food. And then I got a lot on my plate, as in a lot going on in my life. You know, let's see what we have here today. Even though I got a lot going on in my life, okay, it's time for me to sit down and eat. It's time for me to take care of this plate. Whatever the lot is that's on my plate, it's time for me to take care of this plate type thing. Instead of whining about it, let's get down to business.
Y'all said it feels like it's in time. See, in my mind, I'm right in time. Never definitive, gotta be into this. I got a right to defend mine. I ain't looking for your sign. All of those yield and stop signs, all I see is green in the cream. Emergency brakes is offline, cause
So right there, y'all talking, like, a lot of people talk like it's end times. We hear this a lot. We hear this every decade, where or every generation comes about and say, oh, this is the end times. We're living in the revelations and all that. And when you look back, people been saying that for years, and I don't mean just like 7 years or 8 years, anything like that. I'm talking about like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Every generation, they have that times where things are happening that's real scary out here, that's real dangerous for the world, yes, but everyone always talk about that it's end time. That is the end times, you know. And for me, I'm just feeling like I'm right in time. Like, I'm born in this generation. I'm here, living now, so I'm right in time for whatever my mission is. So you can't be definitive on that, feeling like that it's the end times. Because if you are, then really that can slow your progress down. Because you're really gonna feel like, well, what's the point? That's how I felt with a lot of stuff. It was like, well, what's the point for me doing anything if it is really the end times? It's like, all right, well, it's about to end anyway, so whatever. I don't care. It takes away the drive when you think in that's such a pessimistic way of really believing that all of it's about to end soon anyway, you know. So it kills your drive. So moving from that, that's why I say I'm not paying attention to your stop signs or your red lights and all those yields and stop signs. You know, all I see is green. Instead of seeing a red light, all I see is a green light. That's all I see. You know, and then of course moving to the cream and all that, and you can play with that with green and cream with the money and all that. But with this, really, I was saying all I see is green lights. All I see is go, just go, go, go type thing. Instead of having any of these things to actually slow you down and try to make you stop on your progress. And that's actually Pit Stop right there. And you can find that on all the music streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, and or save the playlist #Begotten Sunday. And from there, you will find all the songs that I've been putting out, seeing that I've been producing, performing, and mixing a new song each week. I have all those songs saved right there on that playlist, that project/playlist. And you can just bump out all the songs and keep up with everything that I'm doing right there. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, and we're going to keep on banging out these songs. We're going to keep on banging out these videos. So with that said, I'm D Brown, the Begotten Son, and I'm out.